welcome to the day before Halloween. All right, it is Friday, October 30th, and we are getting ready to do our final music lesson of the week. So this lesson today is going to be super fun. We're going to lead into doing a scavenger hunt at the end, and I'm super excited about this. All right, we're going to get started with a little bit of a review. All right, guys, so for today, I wanted to go over our goal first, all right? I can use my knowledge of onomatopoeia and timbre to match sounds in my environment to the words. All right, so if you don't know what some of these words mean, I'm gonna go over them, all right? So let's break it down a little bit. We're gonna start with that big word. I can use my knowledge of onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is the formation of a word from a sound associated with what is named, from a sound associated with what is named. So in this activity we're gonna do today, I want you to be thinking about this. This is something that relates to music because onomatopoeia is a term you use when you're looking at English and literacy. In music, a similar way to look at the sounds you hear is called timbre. All right, and timbre is kind of a music vocabulary word, but essentially it means what it sounds like, what an instrument or an object sounds like that's being used as an instrument. So it's the sound you hear. Onomatopoeia puts the sound you hear into words, right? That's how onomatopoeia is used. And the full definition of timbre is the character or quality of a musical sound or voice as distinct from its pitch and intensity. So we're going to look at some instruments and kind of think about what the timbre of those would be, and then compare that to if we put it into a word. And we're going to use it as a hook to write a story. So let's look at onomatopoeia / timbre as it relates to instruments in music. All right, so to think about the timbre of some instruments you would hear. Let's consider these bells. So to think about what you heard when you listened to the bells, I want you to try and put a word with what you heard. Most of the time, people know bells ring. So ring, ring, or ting, something that has a similar idea to what you heard when you heard a bell play. That would be a good use of onomatopoeia in a sentence. Ring, ring, I heard the bells in Sunday school. A drum, all right? So a drum obviously makes different drums have different timbres. They have different sounds. This drum is a little flat because it has a kind of a flaw in its shell. So it doesn't quite have as much of a resonant sound as another drum, like this one would. Compare that to it's only a slight difference because the problem here is pretty minor. It's still essentially functional, but it is a little bit cracked. So a lot of times you think about the drum sound, it can be interpreted in many different words. You could say thud, you could say bang, you could say smack, you could say crash. That's typically more for a cymbal, but you get the idea. You can find words to associate with the sound you hear from drums. The timbre, if you will. So those are just a couple examples in the music classroom. Now what I would like you guys to do is I've actually got a story for you guys. And some of y'all probably have read this story. You maybe read it in, a previous grade, or your teacher may have read it to you this year. It's just a fun Halloween story called The Little Old Lady Who Was Not Afraid of Anything. And I would like to read this for you guys, and I want y'all to look and listen for the onomatopoeia used in this story. We're going to go over to the library. All right, welcome to the library in the music room. We're going to give this a quick read. All right, so this story is The Little Old Lady Who Was Not Afraid of Anything, and it was written by Linda Williams and published by the Harper Trophy Company. Once upon a time, there was a little old lady who was not afraid of anything. One windy afternoon, the little old lady left her cottage and went for a walk in the forest to collect herbs and spices, nuts, and seeds. She walked so long and so far that it started to get dark. There was only a sliver of moon shining through the night. The little old lady started to walk home. Suddenly, she stopped. Right in the middle of the path, there were two big shoes, and the shoes went clomp, clomp. Get out of my way, you two big shoes. I'm not afraid of you, said the little old lady. On she walked down the path, but behind her she could hear two shoes go clomp, clomp. A little farther on, the little old lady stumbled into a pair of pants, and the pair of pants went wiggle, wiggle. Get out of my way, you pair of pants. I'm not afraid of you, said the little old lady, and she walked on. But behind her, she could hear two shoes go clomp, clomp. One pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. Farther still, the little old lady bumped into a shirt, and the shirt went shake, shake. Get out of my way, you silly shirt. I'm not afraid of you, said the little old lady, and on she walked, a little bit faster, but behind her she could hear two shoes go clomp, clomp. One pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle, and one shirt go shake, shake. A little ways on, the little old lady came upon two white gloves and a tall black hat. And the gloves went clap, clap, and the hat went nod, nod. Get out of my way, you two white gloves and you tall black hat. I'm not afraid of you, she said, and on she walked just a little bit faster, but behind her she could hear two shoes go clomp, clomp. One pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. One shirt go shake, shake. Two gloves go clap, clap. And one hat go nod, nod. By now, the little old lady was walking at quite a fast pace. She was very near her cottage when she was startled by a very huge, very orange, very scary pumpkin head. And the head went boo, boo. This time, the little old lady did not stop to talk. She did not stop at all. She ran. But behind her, she could hear two shoes go clomp, clomp. One pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. One shirt go shake, shake. Two gloves go clap, clap. And one hat go nod, nod. And one scary pumpkin head go boo, boo. The little old lady did not look back. She ran as fast as she could and did not stop to catch her breath until she was safe inside her cottage with the door locked. She sat in her chair by the fire and she rocked and she rocked. It was so quiet in her cottage before the knock, knock on the door. Should she answer it? Well, she was not afraid of anything, so she went to the door and opened it. What do you think she saw? Two shoes go clomp, clomp. One pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. One shirt go shake, shake. Two gloves go clap, clap. One hat go nod, nod. And one scary pumpkin head go boo, boo. I'm not afraid of you, said the little old lady bravely. What do you want anyway? We've come to scare you. You can't scare me, said the little old lady. Then what's to become of us? The pumpkin head suddenly looked unhappy. I have an idea, said the little old lady. She whispered into the pumpkin's ear. The pumpkin head nodded, and its face seemed to brighten. The little old lady said good night, closed the door, and whistled on her way to bed. The next morning, she woke up early. She went to her window and looked out into her garden, and what do you think she saw? Two shoes go clomp, clomp. One pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. Two gloves go clap, clap. One hat go nod, nod. And one scary pumpkin head go boo, boo. And scared all the crows away. So the thing that was following her turned out to be a what? A funky scarecrow. How cool. So there was a ton of onomatopoeia used in this story. We had every single page, it would repeat a theme with the two shoes that went clomp, clomp, one pair of pants, wiggle, wiggle, and so on and so forth. It was a great use of onomatopoeia. And you can take instruments and you could create sounds to go with each one of those words based on the timbre. So you see how the two can connect. Now, last but not least, I promise you guys we've been doing a scavenger hunt. So check this out. It is time for a Halloween spooky sound scavenger hunt. You are about to watch a video of me identifying the parts of this scavenger hunt. This is to help you go on your way and hunt down some of these sounds, okay? So essentially, you're gonna get a list of sounds, all right? And you can find this list on your canvas or in your dojo. I've attached a link to a document that gives you everything you need to know. But I'm showing you a fun way to chart it out to go on your scavenger hunt. So the assignment will be for you to go in your environment. You may be at home, you may be over at a friend's house working on this today. Wherever you're at doing your at-home learning, you are going to make sure you have a sheet of paper and a pencil, because as you start looking for your sounds, you got to identify what you find that makes that sound, okay? And the sounds don't have to be making the sounds by themselves. You can find things that identify with the sound and create the actual sound yourself. For example, if I wanted to have a sound that I wanted to find something that would go ring, ring, I could go to my front door and ring the doorbell. That would create the sound that I was looking for. So then once you find your sound, you are going to write what it was. So if I had ring ring on my chart of a sound I was looking for and I was going to use the doorbell, I would write doorbell into that box. Check it off, done. See how many you can match. See how many sounds you can match, guys. If you can get them all, that's awesome. There are 12 total sounds listed in your scavenger hunt. You might find some more. You might come up with some other creative things. You can add them to your chart. You can add them to your list. There is tons of stuff in your environment that you can use and you can identify with words, just like we did when we looked at onomatopoeia, all right? you have the option to submit your scavenger hunt findings in Canvas. All right, under the assignments portion, you will see it dated for Friday, October 30th, for you to submit your chart you created, your chart or list you created for your scavenger hunt. Guys, have fun with this. If you are at home with some siblings, let them join you on your journey to look for these sounds, okay? Let's get in the spooky season. Let's have some fun. I hope you enjoyed all our lessons this week. I miss you guys. I hope you have a great Halloween. Stay safe. I love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.